From interstate highways to small town streets, law enforcement say drugs are everywhere.
K10's Caroline Kellum has more in part one of our new series, Line of Defense.
Drug trafficking and addiction aren't just big city problems, they're here in Texoma. Behind the statistics are real people and stories that hit close to home. Over the next few weeks in a 4-part series, we'll take a closer look at the drug problems affecting our neighborhoods. We'll explore how much is coming through, how law enforcement are fighting back, how local families are rebuilding what's been lost, and potential solutions like prevention and education. Tonight in part 1, we focus on the scope of the problem and the impact it's leaving behind.
Drug use is just the scourge of the country. That is the root problem to our society.
In 2024, 858 new drug cases were handled across the Grayson County Sheriff's Office, Denison PD, and Sherman PD.
All the big major drug busts that I've done has always been on the highways. Coming down 75, that's where the major stuff is.
Grayson County deputies started off 2025 with a major bust. 200 pounds of meth seized in a traffic stop on Highway 75 near Howe, a haul that made up the bulk of the nearly 260 pounds confiscated so far this year. While most large-scale trafficking happens along major routes, drugs in smaller amounts are still making their way into Texoma homes.
It's all over, unfortunately, along a neighborhood street, different parts of town.
Those drugs can create a ripple effect, starting with recreational use and ending with violent crimes.
Thefts and burglaries, that's usually tied to people with addiction problems. You know, they're trying to steal something to sell something so they can get their next drug purchase. That's the biggest problem, is a majority of crime ties to drugs.
Denison police tell us fentanyl has been on the rise in Texoma since 2022, especially among younger people. It's a trend officers say they're seeing both at home and nationwide.
Fentanyl especially can be very lethal in very small doses.
In 2024, Denison police seized 159 grams of fentanyl. According to the Drug Enforcement Agency, that amount could be enough to kill nearly 80,000 people.
People can sometimes associate fentanyl with being a bigger city, a metropolitan issue. Unfortunately, we're seeing it here in our hometown.
And that highway construction impacting your daily commute, also creating new obstacles for Grayson County law enforcement.
Because 75 is the main route, there's hardly anywhere to do traffic stops. It's a challenge. They're adjusting.
Along with navigating different laws across the Red River.
Oklahoma has their marijuana laws. It's still illegal here in Texas. We still have to enforce the law if we find you with a low-level amount, but we try to target the large illegal marijuana trade.
The sheriff's office says most of the marijuana they're finding in 2025 is coming from states where the drug is legal in some form, especially after Oklahoma legalized medical marijuana in 2018.
Very seldom that we see marijuana coming in from Mexico. It is still there, but it's just not as prevalent as Oklahoma, Colorado, and California weed.
What does come from Mexico usually has an up to 6% THC level. Compare that to marijuana coming from Oklahoma, which often contains up to 45%.
That's pretty potent marijuana.
Whether it's marijuana, fentanyl, or any other drug, the impact reaches far beyond the user.
It affects the families, affects first responders. It's part of our job, but it does eat into our manpower, our resources. It affects the community's spirit in general. They see somebody who they think is partaking in drugs in their street, in a parking lot. That affects them.
Grayson County law enforcement officials tell us the fight against drugs is about more than just making arrests. It's about protecting Texomans. Next time, we step behind the badge to see how officers are working to stop the flow before it reaches our streets. From new technology and canine units to the split-second decisions that can save a life. Part 2, the response, next Monday night. Reporting for K10 News, I'm Caroline Kellum.